Hey, Coach Harlan here with IB4E Coaching. Thanks a lot for stopping by. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and that bell icon so you get notified every time a new video is uploaded and you won't miss a thing. All right, so you could have the best strategy in place, you could have the best systems in place, but are you really on track to achieve your goal? If you're not measuring what you're doing, then how do you know where you are? How do you know how far off track you might be and what you need to do to get back on track? I'll tell you what I mean and exactly how you can implement controls in your business right after this, so stick with me. All right, this is the third part of this three-part series on strategies, systems, and controls. If you haven't watched those previous videos, shame on you. I'll put a link to them down below and you can watch those now. Just as a recap, strategy is how you plan to achieve the goal that you've set for yourself, right? You can have multiple strategies. There's a lot of different ways to achieve a goal. You can have multiple strategies, and I recommend that you do come up with more than one strategy. Systems are the steps you'll implement or the process you'll implement for that strategy. And then controls, the part we're going to talk about today, is how do you measure your progress along your path? Are you on the right track? Are you making progress? And if not, what do you need to do to get back on track? So I talk a lot about strategies, systems, and controls. It's something that's important to me. Now, as a private pilot, and I probably mentioned this before, anytime I fly outside of my local area, I file a flight plan. That flight plan includes everything about my departure airport, the current elevation, the alignment of the runways, the weather, winds, everything. It also contains information about my arrival airport, right? Where am I going to go? My destination, the elevation, the weather, the orientation of the runways. Once I have that information, I can look at a sectional map and see what path am I going to take. Now, rarely are those flights direct. A lot of them can be, but not always, right? Because you have no-fly zones, you have obstacles. I'm a VFR pilot, which means I have to maintain visual sight of the ground. I can't fly through heavy weather, fog, things like that. So I need to maintain visual contact with the ground. And in the old days, that's how pilots even went across country, right? They would follow railroad tracks to whatever their intended destination was. So I have to maintain control. So when I set up my flight plan, I put in control points or checkpoints to see that I'm on track. I'll calculate if I fly in this compass heading at this altitude at this airspeed, after so many minutes into my flight, I should see a water tower off to the left or a bridge off to the right, whatever that landmark is. If I fly and at that checkpoint I do see that bridge or water tower, I know that I'm on track. Now, if that bridge or water tower is way off to the left or it's on the opposite side of the aircraft, then I know I am not on the right trajectory for my destination, right? I have a bad attitude. I need to correct that attitude to make sure that I am back on track and getting towards that goal. In your business, there are performance indicators and result indicators that you can put in place to make sure that you're on track to achieve the goal that you've set for yourself. You have multiple strategies, you have your systems and processes. Every one of those systems and processes should have some type of measurement to make sure that you're actually doing what you say you're going to do and you're achieving the results you're after. When I'm working through this with my clients, we talk sometimes about maybe the goal is to increase revenue. There's multiple strategies, multiple ways you can increase your revenue. You can get more customers. You can have those customers purchase more or increase their average purchase. You can increase the price of your products and services, right? All of that would help you increase your revenue. Once you decide on which strategy you're going to follow, you can then put in measurements to say, are we doing what we say we're going to do, yes or no? And are we achieving the results we anticipated? By this time in the month or by this time in the year, have we achieved this target to let us know that we are on path for increasing the revenue by the amount that we wanted? You want to make sure you have those KPIs, your key performance indicators, or KRIs, your key result indicators, listed out. Check those, make sure you're doing them consistently. First of all, they have to be easy to measure. If they're not easy to measure, if you have to go through a lot of hoops to get those numbers, you're not going to follow up with it. You want to make something easy to measure, but you make sure that it does actually show that you're on track for your goal. Measure those consistently, measure often. If it turns out that you are performing everything the way you said you would, but you're not getting the results, go back and look at the strategy. Don't change the goal. The goal stays the same, but you have multiple strategies, right? Your plan B, plan C. Go back and look at those strategies and see if one of those might be better to get to that result. But make sure you're measuring consistently every month or every week to make sure that you're on track. Now, I've included a link down below this video to my Rosco Framework. Rosco is an acronym. It's RSSCO, and it stands for the result that you're after, the strategy, the system, the control, and the outcome, which is the unintended consequences of actually achieving the result you're after. If you follow that Rosco framework, you will achieve every personal and professional goal that you set for yourself. But you have to follow each one of these pieces is a requirement. Look at them like they're gears. Without a gear in place, none of it moves the way it should, right? You want to make sure that all these pieces are in place and you're doing everything within that framework. If you follow that, I guarantee that you will achieve the professional or personal goal that you've set for yourself. If you want to learn more about putting controls in your business, if you want to learn more about KPIs and KRIs that are applicable to your business, or if you want help setting up your Rosco framework, let's chat. Go to my website, www.timewithcoach.com, and schedule a free 20-minute discovery chat. And that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button. Make sure you share this with your friends and colleagues. Put some comments down below if there's something you want information about. I'd love to read your comments. And that's it for me. Until next time, this is Coach Harlan saying, so long for now.